Hi, welcome to the IPL pre-show. It's match number 40. The Delhi Capitals are taking on the Gujarat Titans tonight. I have Devashish, Bharat, and Gagi joining me for the show. Gagi is at the venue. Gagi, how is it out there? What is it like? Is it still very packed like the first game?
No, actually, quite not. Having been here for a few games, including IPL, this is nothing actually. There's not a lot of crowd because if you remember the last time I was here, you could see that this whole,
Yeah.
whatever this passage was completely packed. But today it seems like it's very chill. I don't know if it has to do with, the way that GT is performing or the fact that Delhi doesn't have a very good fan support as well, I mean, as big as a fan support as someone like an RCB or a CSK. So I guess both those things have culminated, and now there's not as much crowd as we expected.
Yeah, that's strange. That's
Yeah.
surprising. Devashish, big match for both these teams. Both of these teams haven't really, looked as convincing. So they would like to get some momentum now as the tournament progresses. What are you expecting out of this Delhi Capitals team first up?
So far, it has been hot and cold season for Delhi Capitals. If you look at their run this season, obviously they are languishing at the bottom of the table with 8.8. They are right now at eight spot. So and obviously it has got a lot to do with the performance of the players. Means David Warner hasn't fired so far. Means what he used to be. And Rishabh Pant also has been sort of means he has done well, but not the kind of form so as to dominate the attacks. I would say, and so it all so. Henrik Nokke is another bowler who has a lot of expectations from Delhi Capitals, but he hasn't fired so far. As is the case, Delhi Capitals need to win if they have to have any chances so as to keep in reckoning for the playoff spot. Ishan.
Yeah, 100%. I think the overseas players haven't looked as convincing. Bharat, one player, one youngster has looked very convincing though. That is Fraser McGurk. He's a young Aussie. He's doing really well. Not too many people expected him to actually, do so well so soon. But he's really taken it up to himself to help this Delhi Capital side. Your thought on him?
Yeah, he's a trademark, quintessential modern day player, right? So it's through the line. If there is any delivery in his zone, he will just whack it. So maybe on slower
So sorry
pitches,
to interrupt you, Bharat,
somewhere.
but we've got to look at this. थोड़ा पीछे जाके
Oh,
दिखाइए प्लीज मैच चाहे किसी का भी हो चर्चे तो धोनी के ही होंगे आई मीन दैट इज एन इनक्रेडिबल मैसेज इजंट इट
absolutely. I think this Dhoni fan following is just something else, Gagi. This is just, you don't get to see this much often, only for few players. But look at the love for MS Dhoni till date. Amazing. Yes, Bharat, you were saying something? You want to
Yeah,
continue?
maybe on a slower track you might struggle. Till now, he's played on some good batting pitches where you take the pace off the ball. I think that's the best chance to take him out. But otherwise, he looks like a very confident player, and this is a typical modern day player. So if the pitch turns out to be good for batting today as well, then you expect him to come good.
Yep. Gagi, we've seen an MS Dhoni fan. Is there a Rishabh Pant fan following out there at the moment or not as much, surprisingly? You're on mute. You just
Sorry. I was just, like I was saying, if you can see, there are only three jerseys out here. One is Rishabh Pant, the other is Shubman Gill, and the third one is David Warner. That's all. That's the maximum jerseys I've seen. And one is, of course, that MS Dhoni fan who is very, very
yes.
dedicated to, MS Dhoni because how much dedication does it take for you to make a poster for CSK and stand in a DCGT game? I mean, it's it's incredible what's happening today.
No, it's amazing because I remember when I was at the Wankhede as well, there seemed to be more of a Chennai Super Kings support than
Yeah.
Mumbai Indians. So MS Dhoni seems to be taking over the IPL. Devashish, the Delhi Capitals bowling lineup also has not looked convincing. Against the last game against SRH, they really conceded a lot of runs. Not too many bowlers really stood up besides Akshar Patel and Kuldeep Yadav, of course. So what has gone wrong with this bowling lineup?
Yeah, a lot will depend on how their spinners bowl in the middle overs, particularly Akshar Patel and Kuldeep with the team selection round the corners. So, means one good performance can tick the boxes, can impress the selectors because we are just a few days away from the team selection for the T20 World Cup, and much will depend on how Mukesh performs. Obviously, he has an outside chance of being one of the fast bowlers, backup bowlers, if I would suggest. As I said, that Henrik Nokia has been a big letdown. Obviously, yeah, as in the last game we have
There,
witnessed it. Sunrise.
Devashish, we have a fan here who wants to speak to us. So, say hi. आपका नाम क्या है? ये लगा लीजिए. Ishan, why don't you ask?
आपका नाम क्या है मैडम?
मेरा नाम रानी है.
और आप दिल्ली कैपिटल्स के सपोर्टर हो?
Yes.
और आपका फेवरेट प्लेयर ऋषभ पंत है?
Yes.
और क्या लग रहा है ये दिल्ली कैपिटल्स का सीजन आपको पसंद है कि मिक्स लग रहा है अब तक?
कुछ नहीं लग रहा है सर.
कुछ नहीं लग रहा है, ऐसे कैसे? फैन होके कुछ तो होगा फीलिंग.
बस जीत जाए तो अच्छा.
ओके, बट आप परफॉर्मेंस से खुश है और आपको लग रहा है कि दिल्ली कैपिटल्स प्लेऑफ्स तक पहुंच सकती है?
आज तो यही पहुंचे.
ओके, थैंक यू सो मच.
ऋषभ पंत के बारे में बताइए, कैसा लग रहा है उनको कमबैक करते हैं देखने में? बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. अच्छा देखने होने हैं हम यहाँ पर. आप बताइए. अच्छा ठीक है. थैंक यू सो मच.
थैंक यू.
एक सेल्फी ले ली मैम आपके साथ.
हाँ जी. यस प्लीज गो ऑन.
या, यस देवाशीष, सॉरी.
Yeah, as I was saying, in the last game, Delhi Capitals they leaked as many as 266 runs and against Sunrisers Hyderabad, and so and they have a lot of, because if you look at the Gujarat Titans, they also have some firepower, but they have also not been consistent enough. Means when it comes to their batting, Shubman Gill, one would expect that he would score tons of runs, but that has not been the case for him. Obviously, he has scored. He is right now the top scorer for GT with 298 runs. But then we would all expect lot many more runs from Shubman. That has not been the case. Their second highest scorer has been Sai Sudarshan, who has been playing as an impact player. So, GT David Miller again, one player who has GT has heavily relied on in the last 3 seasons that they have been part in IPL. So both the teams, means it has been hot and cold. One great performance, the other day you find they end up losing losing a match. So I think a lot to prove as far as this match is concerned, if they have to stand any chance of making it to the playoffs. Sure.
Yeah, so true, Devashish. So true. Gagi, we've been speaking about the Titans batting as well. Shubman Gill, who's, again, like Devashish mentioned, has had a hot and cold season. Nothing really too convincing, but there have been a couple of knocks which have been good. So, what has, not really clicked for Shubman this time?
Again, I
You're on
was
mute.
on mute.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. Sorry. What I was saying was, Shubman had been performing so well for so long that, the law of average had to catch up with him. But it's not as if Shubman Gill doesn't look out of form. He just is a little bit inconsistent. There's a difference between a batter who is having trouble with connecting the shots and all of that, and there's a difference between someone who's just, not able to score. Maybe it's bad luck, you're unlucky or something. I think that's the difference with Shubman Gill. He doesn't look out of form. He's just inconsistent at the moment. But we've seen some good performances in the last 4 or 5 matches that he has played. So it's still optimistic and long tournament to go. Maybe if he makes it to the playoffs, we can see more of him. And anyways, we all know that the T20 World Cup position is sealed for him. So he has nothing to worry about at this point. It's just all about getting back into the rhythm.
Yes, that's true. I think he'll get back to his rhythm very soon. Bharat, GT has won the toss and elected to bowl first. Your thoughts on that?
Perhaps they're thinking that it's going to be a good pitch for batting, and batting second, is going to be easier to chase with a little bit of dew coming around. So obviously, we saw one of the high-scoring games in recent times. So maybe they think in the same way that batting second, it will be easier to bat. Uh, that's how it is worked out for some teams. Even yesterday, we saw that obviously Chennai, completely different part of India, but a lot of dew came into existence in the second innings, and it became easier to chase. So perhaps that is what
Yeah.
Shubman Gill and company think.
Yep, so true. Devashish, Rashid Khan will again have a key role to play. He's, one of those impact players, X factor players. But do you feel there's an over a reliance on the player at the moment? You're on mute, Devashish. Yeah.
Absolutely, Shan. I would totally agree with you because there has been an over reliance on Rashid Khan, and we all know what a match winner he has been for Afghanistan in this sort of format, but he hasn't yet so far. I would say that he hasn't played to his potential. Means obviously we all know he has been coming from injury. He had a surgery, so but then we are in midway into the season, so we would expect that Rashid Khan comes back to form for Gujarat Titans because he would be a crucial member as much as David Miller will be. Because both Rashid Khan and David Miller will have a huge role, huge part to play for Gujarat Titans if they have any chance of making it to the playoffs. As much as Shubman Gill or a Sai Sudarshan or a Rahul Tewatia, but then Rashid Khan, when it comes to his bowling, not he has won matches for with his bat, but it is his bowling that the Gujarat Titans will be looking forward to, along with Noor Ahmed and Sai Kishore. So those are the three key spinners for GT. But then, um, as far as Rashid Khan is concerned, the Gujarat Titans will be looking forward to an all-round performance from him.
I think, yeah, they'll be expecting that for sure because he is that player who can give you both with the bat and the ball. Bharat, Sai Kishore had a fantastic game last time. He picked up 4 wickets. He's again someone that, they'll rely on a lot. So, what was your opinion when you saw him bowl?
You see, he's someone I think he can play across formats, not just in T20 cricket. He's a kind of bowler who might even go on to play Test cricket for India. He turns the ball at pace. He can go up to 90 to 93 kilometers per hour and still get a little bit of turn. He has good control. So in T20 cricket, a bowler like him will always come into the equation because left arm spinners who keep it tight. I think in T20 cricket they will always be useful. So expect him to again turn out to be a key performer for them.
Yes, I think it's time to move on to predictions. Before we do that, I think I'll just ask Gagi any interesting matchup that you're looking forward to, Gagi, tonight?
Actually, I'm looking forward to Rishabh Pant taking on Rashid Khan today. I think that will be a good matchup
Yeah.
to watch because Rishabh Pant has a lot to prove. Not for us, we know what Rishabh Pant can do, but I think he's coming in with that mindset that he has to get that spot for the T20 World Cup, and he's going all guns blazing. And Rashid Khan, the way that he's performing, one of the best bowlers of this season, it will be very good to see them tonight. And also, I just want to say, I got a chocolate from a fan, so that's the cherry on top of watching Rishabh Pant bat tonight.
100%. That's going to be an exciting battle for sure. Rishabh Pant versus Rashid Khan. I wonder who gets the better of who. Devashish, your first predictions for the game.
I would be going for Delhi Capitals, especially because it's a home ground. But then Gujarat has perhaps won a very important toss. Because obviously, we saw last game; it was a very high-scoring one. 266 runs been scored by Sunrisers. So Delhi Capitals have to bat very well because that Gujarat Titans batting has a lot of firepower. Means obviously their batters are not in form, but it's a special place, a special match for Shubman Gill playing his 100 IPL match. So as a captain, he would be looking forward to making a huge contribution, and especially if but then key for Delhi Capitals will be to see their openers fire. Means obviously Jake Fraser McGurk has been the player to watch out for ever since he came into the Delhi Capitals playing 11. He has been the player to watch out for. So over reliance on him once again means obviously, but it's Delhi Capitals who has to score runs. Means obviously it's not just 160, 170 odd that will win you the match, but then anything in the region of 200 that will see them a good contest between the bat and the ball.
Thank you, Devashish. Bharat, Devashish thinks 200 is needed. Your thoughts?
200, if it turns out to be similar to what we have seen in the last game at this ground, then maybe 250. I have not seen the pitch, but Yeah, if the conditions turn out to be good, the ground is also not so big. They've brought the ropes quite closer, a little bit closer as well. So boundary ropes. So never know. It could be even 250. Could be a par score. Yeah, I've not seen the pitch from here in front of you, but if it turns out to be similar pitch, that could be a par score. Also, I'm looking forward to this battle between, I guess, Rishabh Pant and Mohit Sharma. In the last game, Sunrisers Hyderabad bowled well wide off to Rishabh Pant, and that is one area he's not so good at in T20 cricket. He doesn't hit too many shots through the cover region, and it's not so good against slow short deliveries that Sunrisers Hyderabad bowled. And Mohit Sharma is one who can do it for GT, so that could be an interesting battle.
Point to be noted. Point to be noted. Gagi, your last thoughts for this game?
You're asking for predictions, right? I think Bharat
Yes.
is right because I was looking at the pitch report and Vita Smita, I think, is doing the pitch report, and he said that compared to the last pitch, it's more patchier because the grass has dried down and they have rolled it a bit, so it might get better, as the day goes on. So it would be, I think, easier to chase, and Gujarat Titans, like Debashish said, have won a very important toss. So I think it's going to be Gujarat Titans tonight.
All right. Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you, Gagi. Thank you, Devashish. Thank you, Bharat. And thank you to everyone who joined. It's almost game time. So go on and enjoy the game. And stay tuned to Ref Sports for more. We'll catch you again tomorrow. Thank you.